The movie begins its narrative on a bleak and desolate prison planet. The story begins with Adam, a prisoner consumed by a relentless desire for freedom. Trapped in this isolated world, he desperately seeks an escape route. His perseverance pays off when he successfully breaks free from the confines of his prison, venturing out into the vast, arid expanse of the desert. Adam's fortunes take a surprising turn when he stumbles upon what appears to be an abandoned spaceship. Adam cautiously explores the interior of this vessel. However, Adam's solitary exploration is soon interrupted by the arrival of Novak, a figure also imprisoned on this forsaken planet. Unlike Adam, Novak plays a unique role as a prison trustee, tasked with the daunting responsibility of tracking down and capturing escapees. Novak quickly reaches out to the prison guards using his walkie-talkie, reporting Adam's location inside the seemingly wrecked ship. But Adam reveals a startling truth. The ship is not merely a relic of the past, but is in fact operational. Intrigued by this revelation, Novak engages Adam in a conversation, probing his knowledge and experience with spacecraft. Adam confesses his familiarity with ships, having worked in shipyards, though he lacks experience in piloting them. To validate his claim, Adam successfully boots up the ship, demonstrating its functionality. Novak, while inspecting the ship's systems, finds himself enticed by the possibility of escape. Adam, seizing this opportunity, tests the ship's food tubes, finding edible sustenance that he eagerly consumes. The shared desire to escape the prison planet becomes the common ground between the two men. Novak, revealing his dislike for their current world, proposes a daring plan. He deceives the prison authorities by falsely reporting Adam's movements and pretends to continue the pursuit while covertly planning their joint escape. Their mission to flee the planet is filled with urgency. They labor intensively to repair, prepare, and clean the ship's mechanics. As they toil, the prison guards attempt to make contact with Novak. The authorities, suspicious of Novak's intentions, order him to abandon the ship, fearing his potential escape. During their preparations, Adam makes a curious discovery: a dried leaf from an unidentified plant and a bottle of liquor. Meanwhile, Novak boldly declares his allegiance with Adam, dismissing the prison's communications and threats. He confidently boasts about outsmarting the prison authorities, fully committing to their escape plan. Finally, after hours of intense work under the cover of the storm, the moment of truth arrives. Novak and Adam, defying all odds, successfully start the ship. They seize this fleeting chance, taking to the skies in the once-abandoned ship, embarking on a journey to freedom, leaving behind the desolate world that once held them captive. The story continues its intriguing narrative as the protagonists, Adam and Novak, achieve orbit and find themselves navigating the profound and mysterious expanse of space. As they glide through the void, the darkness around them is as vast as it is enigmatic. Amid this backdrop, Novak is seen clutching a faded Polaroid photograph, which depicts a mere figure of a woman, a memory from another time and place. In their newfound environment, the duo embarks on a thorough examination of the ship's interior and functionality. During this exploration, Adam encounters a collection of abandoned clothes and personal belongings, presumably left by the ship's previous crew. Novak, assuming a leadership role, assigns Adam the responsibility of maintaining a detailed record of their flight experiences in the ship's computerized flight log. While Novak dictates observations about the ship's condition and their status as the new crew members, he unveils his ambitious plan to set course for a distant location known as Onassis, a planet he believes will offer them sanctuary from the prison trackers and a chance at true freedom. However, Adam harbors doubts about Novak's plan, frequently questioning its feasibility. He urges Novak to focus on repairing the ship's radio and communication systems, hoping to establish contact with others. Novak, on the other hand, shows no interest in reaching out, preferring isolation. Adam begins to delve into the ship's computer database. He searches for any records left by the previous crew, seeking insights into their fate. His search leads to a disturbing discovery. The previous crew had encountered a strange alien plant spore that had catastrophic effects, causing illness and even madness among the crew members, ultimately leading to their demise. Despite the gravity of this revelation, Adam chooses to keep this information from Novak. As they both continue to work on the ship, with Adam focusing on repairs and Novak tackling heating issues, communication between them dwindles. Novak, fearing the psychological impact, instructs Adam to cease reading the logs. Adam, undeterred, persists in his investigation of the logs, while Novak attempts to repair the radio. During this time, Adam examines pictures of the alien plant, further deepening the mystery surrounding their journey. In a significant moment, Novak calls Adam to the front of the ship, pointing out a large, alien-looking space station looming in the darkness. This sighting sparks a debate between them. Adam suggests attempting radio contact with the station, while Novak argues for avoidance. Their differing viewpoints escalate into a heated argument, culminating in Novak presenting Adam with an old spacesuit and helmet, challenging him to venture into space. Adam, donning the helmet, begins to speak incoherently, as if repeating a recording or under a trance. Concerned, Novak quickly provides him with water. After removing the helmet, Adam shows Novak the dried plant leaf he had found earlier and theorizes that the ship and its previous crew originated from the same place as the plant, a location unknown to both of them. Adam speculates that wherever the plant originated, there could be women, an idea Novak dismisses until concrete coordinates are provided. Novak then reveals his true motivation for joining the escape, not to recapture Adam, but to be part of the escape himself. He inquires about Adam's experience with the spacesuit helmet, who mentions hearing an unexplained signal and notes, adding yet another layer of mystery to their journey. The story progresses as Adam delves deeper into the ship's past by meticulously reading the flight logs left by the previous crew. Through these logs, Adam uncovers an emotional truth. The primary goal of the former crew was to return to their homeland. Meanwhile, Novak, wearing the mysterious helmet, finds himself entranced by a peculiar signal being transmitted directly into the ship's system. Adam urgently cautions Novak about its potential dangers. He advises against following the signal, emphasizing its harmful influence. In a state of frustration and concern, Adam leaves to further explore the ship. His exploration leads him to a locker brimming with various items: clothes, boots, personal belongings, and notably, an assault-style weapon carefully wrapped in a cloth bag. Choosing caution over curiosity, Adam leaves the weapon untouched and instead borrows a flashlight from Novak. Armed with the flashlight, Adam ventures deeper into the ship and discovers a hidden crawl space secured by a metal grate. Inside, he finds the walls covered with mysterious markings and numbers etched into the metal, hinting at secrets yet to be unraveled. Novak eventually joins Adam and shares his findings about the signal, describing it as a form of music. Adam, still immersed in the ship's old flight logs, reads a cautionary note from the previous crew. They advised that the signal should be interpreted from a safe distance and not approached directly. However, Novak, dismissive of this warning, decides to take a nap, prompting Adam to suggest that it is Novak who is in need of rest. The tension between them escalates as they engage in a heated debate over the merits of pursuing the mysterious signal. Adam proposes a contrasting direction, heading towards Earth, the ship's place of origin. Novak, however, dismisses the idea of Earth as nothing more than a myth, a fairy tale told to children. Their argument is abruptly interrupted by a startling crashing sound. They rush to the front of the ship to find strange, alien-like debris colliding with their vessel. In a frantic effort, they attempt to steer the ship clear of the incoming wreckage. Once the debris has passed, they tend to their wounds. Novak, now exhibiting signs of madness, fixates on a distant gold planet. Despite Novak's growing obsession, Adam continues his exploration of the ship as they approach their destination. Novak, wearing the old spacesuit and helmet, becomes increasingly insistent on landing and exploring the golden planet. Adam returns to the crawl space to further examine the mysterious numbers scrawled on the walls. When Novak finds Adam in the crawl space without the protective gear, he accuses him of trying to find the coordinates to Earth. The story intensifies as Adam and Novak approach the enigmatic gold planet. Adam, with a sense of urgency, tries to dissuade Novak from landing on the planet, explaining that it is likely a gas giant and therefore uninhabitable. Amidst this tension, Adam discovers some discs in a shaft and urges Novak to examine them. However, Novak, determined and unyielding, dismisses Adam's suggestion and orders him to prepare for landing. Concerned about the potentially disastrous consequences of landing on the gold planet, Adam races to retrieve the gun he previously discovered, hoping to confront and persuade Novak to reconsider. Yet, when faced with the moment of truth, Adam finds himself unable to use the weapon against Novak, who easily disarms him. In a dramatic turn, Novak strongly denies the existence of Earth and destroys the disc Adam found. He then confines Adam to the back sector of the ship, asserting his control over the situation. Adam, desperate and resourceful, manages to escape confinement just as Novak begins the ship's descent into the planet's gravitational pull. Adam questions Novak's motives. Novak, unswayed and with the gun in hand, insists on proceeding with his plan. As they penetrate the golden, dusty and cloudy atmosphere of the planet, Novak, resolute and fearless, pilots the ship to the surface, disregarding Adam's protests and warnings. Upon landing, Novak wears a spacesuit and exits the ship, leaving Adam bewildered and concerned about the consequences of his departure. Novak ventures into the alien landscape, enveloped by a hazy and dusty atmosphere. Adam, back on the ship, attempts to communicate with Novak via radio, desperately trying to persuade him to return. But Novak is unresponsive, immersed in his solitary exploration. As Adam monitors the situation, he hears strange warbling sounds resonating in the ship, mirroring what he hears on the signal. Meanwhile, Novak stumbles and falls into a trap of sorts, crawling through a hole into a crawl space where the sounds intensify, becoming overwhelming. He becomes trapped and enveloped by a thick gaseous cloud. Novak removes his helmet, screaming and covering his ears as if attacked by the sound itself. Back on the ship, Adam discovers the picture Novak cherished, finding numbers inscribed on the back. He compares these numbers to those in the crawl space and realizes they are different coordinates. Adam enters these new coordinates into the ship's navigation system, setting a course away from the gold planet. As Adam departs, he reflects on the harrowing events and records another entry in the flight log, expressing his fear that Novak might be the last person he ever encounters. The movie concludes with Adam gazing at the picture, pondering the ship's future course and where it might lead him.